Hi, I'm Stacy, and I'm here to just share a little bit about my adoption experience with you. I am a birth mom. At 15 years old, I found myself pregnant, very much alone, very afraid, very ashamed, and really unsure of what to do. My support system at that point was kind of non-existent. My parents had recently divorced, and there was lots of drama surrounding that in my family. My mother had just moved across the country, so she was not around for me to go to. And I didn't want to let anybody down. I didn't tell anybody I was pregnant. I hid my pregnancy right up till the end, and was very fortunate that my baby was born healthy. My original plan was a 15-year-old's plan. I was going to run away, have the baby, place it for adoption, and come home as though nothing had happened. Just, I needed a break. I got the runaway part. I did run away. I got caught. They brought me back home, and a couple weeks later I gave birth to a fortunately healthy baby girl. Went into the hospital without really a clue as to what was going to happen. But adoption was what I told my dad. That was what I told my dad. I was gonna place the baby for adoption. I knew I wasn't ready to be a mom, and I knew he wasn't ready to take on the challenge of a newborn with the rest of us kids at home. So I felt like that was the only choice I had. After talking to some social workers in the hospital and talking to some family members after my daughter was born and finding out she was a girl, I really couldn't go through with it. I decided within a matter of days, hours, that I was going to try to parent. So we went into foster care together, she and I. And the point was to go in learning some independent living skills. We were in a foster home together for about 6 months, and then moved into our own apartment, which was quite a challenge. Didn't work out so well. And after about 3 months in the apartment, we were back in foster care in a different home. Our second foster home was absolutely amazing. My foster mother was such a support system to me, and just being in her home and watching her family operate and interact with each other made me realize, that that was what I wanted for my child. I wanted her to have a mom and a dad. I wanted her to have that love and support. I wanted her to have the financial stability I couldn't provide. Most importantly, I wanted her to have the emotional stability that I just wasn't there. I wasn't able to take care of myself, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to take care of her the way that she needed to be taken care of. I also knew that time was ticking. At this point she was 14 months old, and I knew that it was now or never. If I was going to place her for adoption and have it be a transition that was successful, I had to do it quickly. So we went ahead and started the process. I went through a Christian adoption agency. It was a closed adoption, probably one of the last of the closed adoptions. And I struggle with that a little bit still. It was such a challenge not knowing if she was okay. Just to have been able to see a picture or get a letter to say, this is how your daughter is, this is what she's doing in school this year, here's a picture of her, everything is fine, really would have made such a huge difference in my world. And I'm happy to see that the trend is moving towards open adoption, and I think that there almost has to be some level of openness involved in the process for it to be successful for both birth parent and adoptee. I know that my daughter struggled with wondering if I really cared. Why did I give her away? She really would have benefited from some reassurance. Her adoptive parents kind of old school thinkers, and they still associate a lot of shame with their end of the adoption. And it's the only thing that I would like to be different about her and my story. We reconnected, obviously. She is now a junior-ish in college almost, and she's brilliant. She's a wonderful young lady. Her adoptive parents did such an amazing job, and I am so absolutely grateful for them and for what they have provided her with love and support and caring and family and all that goes with it. You know, I wanted her to feel safe and loved growing up, and she felt those things, and that was the most important thing to me. She is going into the field of adoption herself, and I'm so proud of her, and I hope that we can do lots together to help continue to improve the process and take the stigma of shame away from adoption, because it's absolutely nothing to be ashamed about. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing, and we have both benefited so greatly from our experiences, and I just hope that people out there take some time to look at it. Don't judge. You know, people are really quick to judge a person who places a child for adoption, a person who is adopted. They're quick to assume, and they're quick to jump to conclusions, and it's just really not right. It's not something that we should be doing as a society. We should be embracing each other. And you know, the great thing about adoption is that there's this child, this beautiful child that's brought into the world, has their first set of parents who love them so much that they make a sacrifice, and their second set of parents who love them so much that they would do anything for them, and they welcome them into their family. And at the end of the day, this kiddo ends up with two sets of parents that love them so much. They have two families, and how can there be too much love? So support adoption, talk about it, don't be ashamed of it, and I love you, Megan.